Hey everybody, it is 10-minute Tactic Tuesday, so I wanted to come to you and share a few tips that I'm learning that I have been using for a long time, or things that I'm stumbling upon that I think might be beneficial to you and your virtual assistant as you are growing your business. So let me dive right in because I want to keep your time short today and make sure that you can hit the ground running on this happy Tuesday. So this is beautiful.ai, and I heard about this from a coach of mine as a resource to be able to make beautiful presentation, but using artificial intelligence. I actually have several talks coming up, and I'm going to start using this to see if I can build out my slides faster, and that Kim, my assistant, can help me do that in such a way that it uses my branding. It kind of repositions the slides. That's my biggest thing with slides, is I always think of something else I want to add, and then I have to kind of redesign it in my head. This does it for you. So I love this idea, and you'll see it's on this video. It's sort of working and showing you how it changes things, but it is really good. And it also has images that you can use. So a bunch of templates to start with, and then you obviously add your content, and the AI sort of changes it as you go. And you can have specific rules if you need to, but then you get stock images as well. So I think that's pretty cool that you can do that. And of course, some top companies are using it, so that's really good. I think this is going to be my new favorite thing. I just started playing with it yesterday, and I cannot wait. Next is Pinstriped. Pinstriped is something I'm actually going to start using on Monday, in hopes that I can have my team and I prepare and run super successful meetings. So it helps you to kind of keep your meeting on track. So if you feel like your 15-minute check-in calls, those calibration calls, are falling a little flat, maybe have your assistant work on Pinstriped so that she can run the meeting more effectively. Again, that's the thing, is that she should be running the meeting, or he should be running the meeting, not you. So they can create an agenda and keep it structured. They can actually, I love how this has all of the content organized and structured there, so you're not fiddling around looking for a file or something. Then it's just ready at the meeting. So I love that idea. Best part about Pinstriped is the follow-up button. This will automatically send the meeting notes to whomever needs to follow up on stuff. So this is great for then pushing them into a task management software like Asana or something like that. So I love Pinstriped for this, and I'm really excited to have Kim start using this next week. But if you're not ready for that, try Eva by Vocera. So Vocera is an artificial intelligence. You see where I'm going here. There's a lot of artificial intelligence stuff here, but artificial intelligence meeting assistant, basically. So if you're going to have a meeting, you would dial in. Eva is who they call her, and she will listen to your meeting. She'll actually take the notes and then send you the highlights of the meeting. Now, I do feel like there will be a little bit of learning with this to be able to use it effectively, so you understand, or she understands, what is important to you. But I definitely think this is worth a try. I saw one of my coaches use this in a meeting last month, and the notes were actually pretty spot on. So that's pretty good. Now, my favorite tool is Loom. Loom, you'll see a bunch of videos here, but I do a ton of videos. And so I think Loom is the best place for that, because you can organize them into folders, which, hello, I still need to do that. I'm just keeping it real, people. And you can just put in links to your team. You can actually download them and embed them somewhere. Loom is my favorite free tool for that. If your inbox is a mess, which I know sometimes they are, Spark is a tool that my husband, Chris, is actually using, and he's loving it. I tried it on my phone, and I didn't. I'm just definitely too old school. I'm a little bit slow on the uptake to embrace technology, especially on my phone when I'm so habitual with the way that I do things. But Spark, Chris has said that it has taken off so much time of his inbox management, because you can actually snooze emails and then have them pop back up to you when you need to actually work on them. This is great for 90-day year method of block and tackling, right? So if you know that you're going to be processing your emails at a certain time, you can just snooze it. Or if you know that Friday is the day that you're going to do all things finance, and you get an email about something financially related, you can just snooze it to Friday, and then it'll come back on Friday. Spark, it's a great app. And again, if I was just more adaptable, I think this would be fantastic for me. But for my husband, it has been a lifesaver. Next up is this engagement platform called TeamBet. And TeamBit is a way to just give feedback. And I think that anything worth doing is worth doing really well. And it's also worth testing the pulse of your team and seeing how people are doing and getting feedback. And sometimes feedback's hard to give. I think you feel like you're being snarky maybe, or you feel like, at least I feel like maybe I'm never satisfied, or I feel like something isn't really right and I need to have a conversation about it. Well, TeamBit will allow you to do that. And it just allows you to give just continuous feedback to actually do surveys and stuff of your team. So if you're working with a bunch of contractors, you can ask them, how much lead time do you need before, do you really enjoy before launching or wrapping up a project? So do you need 3 weeks lead time before I dump a project on you, or do you need 6 weeks lead time, right? So you can create built-in surveys for them for that. You can also share praise. I am passionate about encourage, equip, and empower. And so this would be a great way to encourage your virtual assistant to help them just feel like they are part of the team and they are valued with what you do. Also, there's a bunch of different ways that you can use the surveys. Emojis, I actually read a study that emojis are they're actually a better way to gauge how someone is feeling. And that's why Slack uses them in their platform, because you can say, even just like a different emoji tone, right? So this little rolly eye one is going to be like, whatever. Whereas this one's like, oh, like what's going on, right? So it's a great way to encourage your team to be transparent with you and share with you how they are feeling. All right, I'm going to go fast because I want to keep this under 10. Slack is my favorite communication tool for just those quick bursts of ongoing communication with your team. If you do the paid plan, which we don't actually here, but you can, you don't have to worry about running out of messages. I don't have the paid plan because at this point in our business, it's not really worth it, but free messages, and you can create different channels. So if you have different projects or clients that you're working on, you can kind of keep all of the conversation in one channel. And I think that's really helpful. Now we're going to do a bigger thing here, but Airtable is my new favorite ever tool to use. Airtable is beautiful, and it allows you to create these tracking opportunities, or in our case, SOPs. So I have a client and virtual assistant database, and I'm not going to click in here because it'll get kind of messy with you, but I think that you should definitely look out Airtable if you are wanting to streamline a process and if there's different stages. So let's say you're signing a new coaching client and maybe they've emailed you and scheduled an appointment and had the appointment, and maybe they're going to get a contract now. And then maybe you got to send them something in the mail, right? It tracks all of that for you, and you can use automation to help do things a little bit more seamlessly. We're using Zapier for that. Honestly, this is just for fun. It's Taco Me, and you can find where the nearest taco place is near you with this app. I like tacos, guys. Totally downloading this on my phone, and I'm going to use Taco Me. And then the last one is If This Then That. I have been using this. I actually have an IFTTT call me in the morning at 5:45 to wake me up. And it says, "Good morning, Travinia," like in a robotic voice. And it says, like, it's time to wake up. Go crush it. So there's that. You can set up tons of IFTTs to do things like turn your ringer on. Oh yeah, like, look, hey Alexa, call my device. No, call your phone. It's crazy. You can set up so many amazing things. And I hope you'll look into IFTT too to automate some processes in your business. Take care, guys.